Hey everyone.
Hey bag ladies and bag dudes, I'm Sarah Lawson from So Sweetness. Thanks so much for joining me for Ask Sarah, my weekly Q&A chat. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us. I saw tons of chatter before we started on YouTube and Facebook. I saw Candace was catching us for the first time live, so thanks so much for joining us. I understand about different time zones, but I feel like at least for us, the live show is the most fun, and I love the questions and the chatter in particular. So I see Donna, Maria from Washington. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. So this is the last time, I promise, the last reminder about the shipping break. You're probably tired of hearing me bring it up, but I just wanted to make sure everyone catches it, and I just felt like the best way to do that was to just continue posting reminders for the last 3 weeks on the live shows. So our shipping break will be from August 17th through the 27th. So what that means is that no physical orders will ship out during that time. So if you need to purchase any PDF patterns or videos during our shipping break, make sure you place those PDF patterns and videos in a separate order from an order with something like a fabric or a notion, just to make sure that you get access to your PDFs and your videos right away. So we will not be able to ship out any physical orders until after we get back after August 27th. Also, we will have no live shows August 19th and August 21st. So that means no live show this Sunday and no live show next Tuesday. But after missing those two shows, we'll be back to our regular schedule as always every Sunday and Tuesday. Also, if you live in the Tennessee area, we will be having an informal casual meetup on August 19th, which is this Sunday. It will be at 7 o'clock in Franklin, Tennessee at the Frothy Monkey. So hope to see you there if you live in the area. I'll be there with Danny and the kids. We'll be there from 7 to 9, and very excited to meet some bag ladies and bag dudes in person. Yep. All right. As you know or may not know, we have been working on the next 4-pack video bundle, and Danny gave me the okay to announce that it'll be out on August 31st.
It's so funny you say like Danny gave me okay. Don't get it twisted, sister. You are the boss around here. I'm not giving you like approval dates, or she'll run it by me and I'll give my input, but she's the boss.
So August 31st, and if you're familiar with our previous 4-pack video bundles, you know that we only offer those for about a week, and then the bundle goes away forever. And we try to do a bundle about 3 times a year, depending on what else is going on. So again, that'll be August 31st. We'll show all of the projects when it comes out and right before it comes out, and you'll be able to see the projects.
Yeah, like the day before it's supposed to release, we'll have like a trailer.
Well, we still have to film 2 more of the projects, so we're going to bust our little buns probably tomorrow and Thursday to get the last 2 videos finished, because it would be nice to go on vacation and have that taken care of and locked down. But anyway, August 31st for that. Danny's favorite part of the show, we're going to skip to that right away. Let us know in the comments. Go ahead and type right now, bag lady or bag dude. And we super love seeing the lists come down the screen.
My list.
What's wrong?
My list with the names on it.
Oh, no, right here.
Oh, okay. You're trying to hide it on me. Okay.
No, that's for later.
Oh, it's a long list, too, so be ready.
I already see all the bag ladies and bag dudes coming through the comments, so thanks so much for doing that. We really love the bag making community. We feel like, not to brag, but I feel like the bag making community is far better than other areas of sewing as far as online and as far as people being kind and supportive. So maybe I'm a little biased, but I feel like that's my truth at least. So thanks so much for going ahead and commenting that in the comments. I promised recently to read this really great letter that I got on Friday, so this past weekend. And the letter was from Savreet Singh, and she sent me some photos. Danny's going to put some photos up in a second, but she gave me the okay to post her photos, and I'm going to read her letter. So, yeah, let me get started on the letter. Dear Sarah, I recently completed my first bag ever, or rather 20 of them. Firstly, I want to thank you for allowing beginners like myself to gain the confidence in order to attack projects and then proudly present them to others that truly show their appreciation. I bought my first sewing machine about a year ago. I fruitlessly tried to make a simple zipper pouch by watching some tutorials on YouTube and became entirely frustrated with myself and the lack of skill I had. It was saddening to me because I felt I could do it, but nothing seemed to work. That's when I came across your channel. Your enthusiasm and extreme patience really resonated with me. I binge watched your shows and tutorials, and for some reason, I felt myself gaining back some confidence. As you say, if I can do it, so can you. My mission was to make some art cases for my daughter's 2nd birthday. I wanted each kid to have a case that would fit the coloring books I designed and some colored pencils. Do you want to put the photos up now, if that's okay?
Let's do it.
All right.
Hope it's the right set. There we go.
Yes. I frantically searched your website, and lo and behold, the Creative Maker case popped up, and I was determined to make it happen. Over the next few months, I purchased my fabrics, interfacing, and zippers, and watched your videos about 5 times through.
What cool zipper pulls.
I told myself that if I followed your instructions step by step, I too could make something that I was proud of. I made a slight change by adding a mesh zippered pocket to the right side instead of the elastic bands, and that was possible because of your generosity in uploading tutorials to enhance our bags and fit our necessities. So Savrit was talking about, we had a separate tutorial for how to add a mesh zippered pocket, and I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that that's the one she used for her cases. I was absolutely thrilled with my cases. I did them in 3 colorways to match her cactus-themed party. They aren't perfect, but I love them, and so did everyone else. The kids love the personal touches, and I've already had parents tell me they can't wait to take these with them to restaurants, on road trips, and on plane rides. It made my heart happy. I've already decided to make the Cumberland backpack for my niece, and I actually feel ready to tackle it and know that with patience and your support and videos, I can make that a reality. It may seem like a small victory to me, but to me, it makes me feel incredible to be able to create for my loved ones and friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited for all the new patterns you have coming out and can't wait to dip my toes into these projects. Proud bag lady here, and I'm so happy I can finally say that. So if you're interested, Savrit made those Creative Maker supply cases, and she gave me her Instagram handle in case you're interested in seeing what else Savrit is making, and it's on Instagram, Savrit. It's SAVREET.SINGH. So if you're interested in finding more pictures of her upcoming sewing projects, you can follow her there. And in her email, it said it may seem like a small victory, but I feel like that's a huge victory. And look how many you made.
They look pretty awesome too.
20 creative makers, and honestly, they look perfect. And I was stunned that you designed that coloring book for everyone, and the theme, the cactus theme.
Yep.
And I
with
just
the zip pulls and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
I thought the photos were wonderful, and the party sounded like a hit. So thanks so much for sharing that, and thanks for allowing me to share the photos of yours on the show. So big congratulations. And
yeah, Tamara says that's not an easy pattern.
It's not. Well, you know what? I feel like most of my patterns are not beginner patterns because I sort of shoot for the stars as far as designs, but the Creative Maker I've made probably the most out of all my patterns. I feel like it's a 3 to 4 hour sewing project, and especially if you're making them assembly line like it looks like you did. Maybe I'm sure it went a bit faster, but I'm really floored that your first bag was not just 1, but it was 20. So that's amazing.
Go for it. That was like you when you were trying to sell your purses on your Etsy shop. When Sarah did it, she literally had like 30 purses, and that's what she was doing exactly.
But they were actually terrible. They were ugly. They were not good at all.
That's like anyone else. I thought they were not bad, so
they were not bad, but they were not. I mean, they were not good like Savrit's projects that she made.
Yes, hers looked perfect, like store.
They looked
purchased,
perfect.
Yes.
Yes. So great job, Savrit. Hats off to you.
Good job.
All right. So if you enjoy our live shows or our sewing tutorials or our bag making videos, we'd like to invite you now, if you're watching on Facebook, to go ahead and hit the share button. Share this sewing video with your other sewing friends on Facebook. Regardless if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you could at least hit the like button, which is a little picture of a thumbs up. And likes and shares help us out so much because Facebook and YouTube see videos with lots of likes and shares on them, and they consider sharing those videos with other people that have that similar interest but might not have seen the videos before. So your likes and shares really do go a super long way in bringing other people into the bag making fold. So thank you so much for doing that. All right, so I'm going to pass the baton over to you. Your pick of the week is picks of the week and a lot of picks. Danny,
it's like picks of the month going on this one.
Danny told me how many picks of the week he had for this week, and I was like, I thought I heard wrong, but
I really do enjoy seeing not the purse out in your yard or maybe by you actually wearing your purse. It could be in your yard, wherever you want to wear it, outside, not in your house. It's great to see people using what they're making, and there was even some young ladies who made purses. I mean, very young. Violet's age. The one lady, she made an airplane bag, and I think I read 8 to 9 years old or something like that. Pretty amazing. Our own, Michelle, her son made a desktop cube, Ethan, and you'll see these. I'm gonna put the pictures up now, and we'll talk as they go through.
I know you're getting excited. Yeah.
As much as I can. I'm not feeling well today. Sorry. All right, up first we have Alyssa made an Edelweiss backpack. I believe it's for her daughter. She did an awesome job. I love the colors in this.
The flap is awesome.
Yep. Then we have Amy, and it looks like she made a cotton candy pouch with a strap, sort of like the one you have, Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool picture of a camera on it. Yeah, I like it a lot. And then we have Anita. She made an Oreo bag, and it looks like Alabama fabric, so go Tide. Oh, Sarah didn't silence her phone.
Oh, no.
We have Ashley. Ashley's daughter made this one. And this is the airplane I was talking about, which she did. She was cutting it out. I saw her on the sewing machine. Really awesome job. It's great to see that. Then we have Barbara. She made her grandkids a set of Jet Set cinch bags. Look how happy they are with them, Nothing's better than a kid smiling.
I love that photo.
And then we have Becky. She made a Baker Street bag, it looks like. And I love the, it's like a grayish, bluish.
Forest theme, yeah.
I love the color of it.
Fabric is really pretty.
And everyone's favorite, Bronwyn. Now, what bag she's holding, I couldn't even tell you because it's probably from Sarah's book.
It's from Windy City Bags, the book Windy City Bags. I don't remember the name of that bag
Is
either,
that Lucky
which is crazy.
Something?
No, it's not.
Then we got Cindy, and she has a Hyacinth bag, and the bicycle's on the bag, which is perfect. I don't know if she uses that bag particularly when she rides bikes, but it's cool. This is from the Colorado meetup. They went, I think, shopping at a fabric store all together. That's amazing. 7 people from their area came together and went out for an outing. Pretty cool. And then we have Debbie, and that looks like a satellite bag to me.
It is a satellite bag, yep.
Great picture. I loved you outside. It looks like you have a smile on your face. And next we have Deborah. She made a Cumberland backpack. I don't know if this is for her daughter or grandchild.
Violet would totally want that backpack.
Yeah, for sure. And Diane made this one. I forgot the name of what this one is, to be honest.
This one is also from Windy City Bags.
I like this one a lot,
and I like
actually.
the llamas. The llamas are really cute on it.
Yep. And then we have Donna. She made the locked and loaded bag. And, of course, she used some Tula Pink fabric, which looks pretty cool. Great picture. Very cool bag. And then we have Emily. She made her Oreo bag. And I used this picture. She had 2, but had Mickey Mouse in the background. Sarah would appreciate.
Yep. Love Mickey.
And this one's going to be Michelle's son, Ethan, who made his first desktop cube. And from talking to Michelle before, he's sewn a quilt block, and he's really into sewing with her and stuff, which is totally cool. And next we have JC Hanger, made a Cumberland backpack, and that looks like a morsel lunch bag.
Yep.
Is it? I'm not sure if it
Looks
was or
like
not,
it.
but it looks pretty close, like it could be. And there's Jessica with the ... dash bag, and when I first saw that, I didn't know the relative size of the bag, but it's large, and it looks great with that large-scale print.
Jessica's a whiz at working that print
Yeah,
into bags.
she's great at hacking stuff. Joyce made a Cumberland backpack. Really cool. I love the zips between the blue and the orange. Just nice pops of color. And Karen, who made an Oslo bag, I think a friend introduced you to So Sweetness, and she said it's like an addiction. She's going to, it's going to be hard to stop. And then we're going to have Kathy. She made an Oreo bag. Now, I think this is Kathy's daughter in the picture, or granddaughter. I'm not sure. I don't remember the exact pictures. I should have wrote that down. I'm sorry. And the next we have Kathy's daughter made this I Spy, a different Kathy now. And this I Spy's pouch, she actually made it. She cut it out. She was on the sewing machine, did an awesome job. Great job on that. And then we have Leslie. She made an Oreo bag. I think this she made for her daughter. Great fabric. Looks really cool. I love the way the darts look with that fabric. And then Lottie made this really super cool Cumberland backpack, which I love. I love lizards. I love iguanas. Super cool.
That
I love
fabric
it.
is amazing.
Yes. And Madeline made a discotheque clutch with cork she purchased from our site, and it was to a wedding, and I think it turned out great. Great job in that clutch. And then we have Michelle and her husband who were on vacation recently, and that's a Rockstar bag. I think they went camping, and that looks like an awesome log cabin. Great bag. Loves the colors. You can't say anything more than that. It's beautiful. Nikki, she made a Hyacinth bag, Tula Pink again. I love the purples and pinks and teals.
Yeah, that purple really pops.
It looks great with it. And then we have Nicole, and I believe it's a satellite bag. Possibly.
It is a satellite bag.
Okay.
Yep.
I know there's no one.
Because she posted another photo of it earlier.
And then we have Nikki, and she made an airplane bag plus an I Spy pouch for her nephew, I believe. And she had another picture, really cool. I want to say it was a Sublime bag. Looked really cool. And we have Sherry, or Cherie. I'm not sure if you said which is correct. She made an airplane bag and a little zipper pouch from the. I don't know if she was in the Core Club or not.
I love the trim on that airplane bag.
Yep. And Sunny made this awesome Sublime bag, and she actually quilted on the
Embroidered?
fabric, or embroidered on the fabric, the roses that you see on there. So it looks super cool. And this is a great picture from Suzette. Another satellite bag, great colors, purples, teals, my favorite. Beautiful, light blues.
Yeah, beautiful photo.
Yeah, for sure.
So thanks everyone. Danny finds those photos in the Facebook group. So if you're not already a member, I hope you'll join us there. Everyone posts photos of their finished bag, or if they have questions while they're in the process of making a bag, or a general sewing related question. Lots of things going on in the Facebook group. Montana Wendy said, did Danny say he loved the darts on that bag? The Oreo bag. Yes, I know you're a fan of the Oreo bag's darts, but I like it.
How many favorites? All of them are my favorite. If I saw one on there that you were out and about with your bag, I put it on that list, and I tried going back, 2 weeks-ish. So I do appreciate you guys posting your picture. It's good to put a picture with a face to a picture so you can recognize the person, know who they are. It just makes it more personal, and I really do appreciate those pictures.
And we understand also that not everyone's comfortable being in photos themselves.
Nikki said that herself, that she does not like to be, photographed with, in general. I think Sarah was like that too, to be honest.
Oh,
and but she's got a few pictures recently. She's put up I think 3 pictures, and they were all great. I love everyone's bags. You guys make such amazing bags, and they look great. I love the fabric choices, the colors, the fit and finish are just amazing, and you guys do a great job.
All right. Oh, you want to get over to some questions? If you have a question,
the show's not over?
No, the show's not over. If you have questions for me, either sewing related, bag making related questions, a question about a sewing tool, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'll answer some questions live. And final reminder, we won't be back. We'll be missing 2 live shows. So August 19th and 21st, we won't be live. Missing 1 Sunday show and 1 Tuesday show. But after that, we'll be back to our regular schedule. Diana says, I'm making the Greenbacks Wallet Trio for the large size. Do you purchase small double fold bias or the 1/2 inch size double fold? So it's been a while since I've made that. I think the original prototypes that I made, I purchased the packaged double fold bias tape, which is a 1/2 inch wide, or you can make your own. So it's taken me a while, but I finally like making my own bias tapes, and it's nice because you can use fabric from your stash to match the wallet if you're making your own. Jane says, can you recommend anything to attach to the underside of a shoulder strap so it won't slip off the shoulder? Ooh, I've seen some good ones in the past, but now that you're asking, I cannot remember if people were sewing a little bit of leather or suede. I think I've seen something in the past where some ladies were sewing like a little rectangle just on the strap portion that sits on your shoulder so it doesn't slip around, but I'm trying to think of what material they used, and I can't think of it on the spot, but I think it might have been leather or suede. Diane says, is Danny still messing with your seat?
Your heated seat? I last saw her. Violet and I were sitting at my desk, and I saw Sarah posted that, I turned her heated seat on her car. And there were so many comments with evil tips for Sarah to, try to get back at me. I'm like, I could totally see this. So, I'll be prepared, looking for something. One of the ones stuck in my head I thought was funny was paint his nails when he's sleeping on the couch in the morning.
That's a good one.
And when he goes out in the sun. I'm not sure how that, is it like sun activated nail polish or something that makes it change colors?
So in case you missed it in the Facebook group, I think Danny's done it to me 2 or 3 times this summer where we'll be driving for a while, and in Chicago it's hot, but it takes the air conditioning in the car a little while to kick in, and so I get in the car and it's hot, but he's turned the heated seat on and I haven't noticed, and the car starts cooling down, and I'll maybe notice after 20 minutes, or one of the kids will have mercy on me and they'll let me know that he turned the heated seat on.
I think I said it one time, like, aren't you getting hot? She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, your seat's on. William did it to me probably a week ago. That's made me think of doing it again to you. But it's funny because I'm like, it's getting hot.
Kim says, is sewing faux suede the same as leather or canvas? So the suede usually doesn't need a different foot, so you can sew the faux suede or just regular suede with your regular sewing machine foot usually. The suede the faux suede that I've used in the past was Cuddle Suede by Shannon Fabrics. That's the maker of that particular fabric that I used. And that particular one did fray, but I've seen some people make bags before with suede that did not fray, so I'm kind of looking to have a bag made in the suede that doesn't fray, because for some reason I'm envisioning like suede fringes or something on the bag. I don't know. I just have this romantic idea in my head of like a hobo bag with like fringes all over it. Rachel Ann says, what type of needle do you use when sewing the flex foam? So any foam interfacing, actually...
Someone asked what scissors, too.
What scissors?
She's scared to use their fabric scissors.
Oh, okay. I use my fabric scissors when I cut the foam, and it cuts really easy. I actually had my scissors sharpened recently from a company called Simply Sharper, and it's their mail order. So I sent my scissors through the mail, and now they're super sharp. So I like them even better than I liked my scissors before. But I always use either an Oregon 9014 needle or a Schmetz Microtex needle for any kind of sewing, and foam interfacing is included in that. Linda says, are you doing the sew along this Friday? So our first Friday sew-in is the first Friday of every month. So that'll be, I think that's August 31st. Let me check my calendar. August 31st. No, that's not the first Friday.
It's got to be the 6th, 5th.
7? The first Friday
7th.
in September.
It's got to be the 7th.
I think it's September 7th. Sorry, my calendar's...
If it goes 31st is a Friday, so the 1st is a Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday the 2nd, Monday 3rd, Tuesday the 4th, Wednesday the 5th, Thursday the 6th, Friday the 7th. When in doubt, use your fingers.
So our first Friday sew-in will be September 7th. It's at 7 o'clock Central Time. We broadcast that also on Facebook and YouTube, and we post invites to that 30 minutes prior in case you caught our first Friday sew-in in August. We had some ladies, other bag ladies, join us for the live show, so you can actually see them on the screen, and we chat about different things. Some of them are actually sewing, like Michelle made a project during the first Friday sew-in, so it's a lot of fun, and that's coming up September 7th. Pat says, how much will the next 4-pack be? So tonight we decided that the 4-pack will be released on August 31st. It's going to be $40 even, and it will include 4 PDF patterns and 4 videos. So the 4 patterns included are the Tudor bag, the Lilium laptop bag, the Camp Stitch-A-Lot bag, and the Dash bag, which has 2 different sizes. The Lilium laptop bag also has 2 different sizes. As always with our 4-packs, since some of the patterns are previously released patterns, we do always offer a substitution. So if you have purchased any of those patterns in the past and already own them, and it will be in the product listing and information when the 4-pack comes out, but we always allow you to email us and let us know which patterns you already own and offer a substitution, so you can choose a different pattern that you'd like instead, and I'll email you that pattern as substitution, the PDF pattern, so we don't want anyone to have duplicates. Lottie says, Cumberland backpack question. I was fussy cutting those lizards, but the pattern has the curved end of the strap as the top, and I'm not sure what side the strap hardware was supposed to go on. Let me grab mine. Curved end of the flap. I think she meant the curved end of the flap. Okay, so here's my Cumberland backpack, if you want to maybe move the question off the screen so everyone can see. So I actually did kind of a poor job fussy cutting my flap. As you can see, my river it kind of gets cut off a little bit over here. But this one's a relatively easy one to fussy cut. I know we posted recently, a few Sundays ago, a tutorial on how to fussy cut a flap for a bag, and that's usually a flap that kind of folds over the front of the bag. But this one's relatively easy to fussy cut just because you're putting together this front pocket first because it's got a zipper on it. So you kind of put the front pocket together, and as you're sewing things together, you're basically placing this one directly on top of this one, which makes it a little bit easier to fussy cut. But the hardware is on the bottom of the flap over here. I'm not sure if that's what you were asking because you wanted to avoid the twist lock covering the flap, but there's also an option for a magnetic snap too, in case you wanted to use the magnetic snap instead and not have the hardware cover the flap over here. Hopefully that was what you were intending to ask. Hopefully I answered that correctly. Deb says, cutting out my first bag pattern, the airplane bag, wish me luck. hopefully you'll post your photos of your finished bag on Facebook, or if you're not on Facebook, which I know not everyone is, but you are since you asked that question on Facebook. You can email me a photo of your finished bag as well for those of you that are not on Facebook. And I can't wait to see it. Chris says, regarding the acrylic templates, maybe you could ask the couple that makes the templates to add a hole on them, then they can be bundled into binder rings. There's actually holes on the templates. I'm trying to see if I have any.
Yeah, I thought they had holes. That's why I posted
around
that.
here. They do have holes drilled in them for easy hanging. The location of the holes will depend on
Which template it is.
which template, because Ed, who makes the templates,
strength.
didn't want the holes to cover up any measurements or markings on the templates, but he places them in a strategic spot for easy hanging. Tammy says, I'm already experiencing DTs knowing the Lost and Crew is going dark for 10 days. I'm really disappointed we'll have to miss 2 shows because we never miss. We've been doing the shows.
You know, Sarah didn't say it, but I will try to go live on our phone at the meetup on Sunday.
Oh, that would be cool if we could do that.
Yeah, maybe one phone Facebook, one phone YouTube.
Okay.
We'll see.
That sounds good. If we can get it to happen, the internet.
Yeah, it really depends on the internet.
Christina says, where do you send the scissors? So the website that I sent my scissors to was simplysharper.com. And they have locations in Wisconsin and in Texas, but you send the scissors in the mail. So you just pick the location that's closest to you. Since we live in Chicago, I chose Wisconsin since it would be faster. I believe I shipped them my scissors via priority mail on Monday morning, and I had the scissors back either Friday or Saturday. So I had them back the same week, even though their website advises that it may take about 10 to 14 days to get the scissors back. But I read on their website, they use a 14-step sharpening process. And I think it was $7.50 for each pair of scissors that I sent. I sent them 2 pairs, and then I think it was $12 shipping and handling for up to 5 pairs of scissors or knives. They sharpen knives and other things as well. That's just off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that was accurate. Val says, I'm ready to buy a rivet press. Checked on the Etsy site you got yours from, Sarah, but what size punch die should I get for 8 and 9 millimeter rivets? So I'm pretty sure I have 3 different size hole punches because I use one for grommets, one for rivets, and one for screws when I do twist locks. So I have 3 different hole punches. I think the sizes of the hole punches are 1 millimeters for the holes for the screws for the twist locks, 3 millimeters for the rivets, and I think the size for the grommets is 6 millimeters, and I have relatively small grommets for like buckles. But that Etsy site is called Minkus Margot. That's the Etsy shop that I purchased my rivet press and dies from. She's got great customer service, so if you're unsure, you can always message her on Etsy, and she's always been quick in the past to get back to me on any questions that I had. Dawn says, my husband walked around a new store with a whoopee cushion. That's really funny.
That sounds hilarious.
And Danny pulled this bag because he saw that Sue was asking, can you show the ... bag?
I'll do like you do. Hold on. Can you see it? Danny, can you take the comments off screen?
That's an old one that I made with, I believe it's an out-of-print fabric from Timeless Treasures.
The zipper's actually open. 1, 2.
Yeah, the zipper pockets are actually functioning. And this is the large version.
Claimed it.
Oh, yeah, she did claim it because it's got her
I like
stitch
this bag a lot.
keychain. This is the large size, and there's also a small size, which I don't have. I don't think I even have one in the house, but there is a small size of the bag with just one zipper across, and that's the only zipper on the front. But it's got a recessed zipper on the top, which is pretty neat. Keeps everything completely enclosed. We have not filmed that one yet. We're leaving that one till last because I feel like that video is going to take the longest because we have the 2 different sizes of bags, and I have to talk about both sizes.
Sounds
Sorry,
fair.
Danny.
I'm looking for some good comments, questions. Oh, shoulder strap.
All right, Lottie had another question. The shoulder strap, what size does the hardware go on? So it's up to you. Some people have a definite preference, and some people like me have no preference for, I think you're asking about an adjustable strap, because we had this past Sunday a tutorial on how to make an adjustable strap both ways, and in case you missed that, that's on the YouTube channel. But anyway, just as a default, I usually put my strap tab for the adjustable strap, if that's what I'm doing, on the left side of the bag and the strap end on the right. But it could go either way. Some people prefer to have it a certain way because they like, if they're left-handed or right-handed, the strap adjuster to be handy. And some people like me don't care because I usually adjust my strap once and then I leave it. So Jacqueline says, my daughter asked me to make her an Oslo bag for using during her nursing clinicals. She wanted me to add a recessed zipper. How would I modify the pattern to add this to the tote? So I think you would probably cut the zipper panels the same length as the length of the main panels. And just thinking off the top of my head, you're cutting 4 of them. I would probably cut them the width of half of the bottom panel. And obviously you're putting a zipper in there. And actually, if you want to, when our ... dash bag video comes out, I would recommend the same method for sewing it in place. So basically the very end of the ... dash video will be showing how to sew this recessed zipper in place. And I think I would use the same technique for the Oslo craft bag. So a bit of a modification, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Charlie says, Danny, don't block her mic.
When I was putting that bag in front of you.
Pamela says, I love that fabric. Yeah, that black and white fabric. I wish I could get some more because I actually made a dress out of that fabric also. And I think the dress is probably now too tight on me. I may repurpose that dress that I made just so I have some more of that black and white fabric to use because it's really cool with all the zoo animals on it. Everyone's coming to my defense in the comments. I see. I love that. Mary Jo says, what would be the best first bag to make? So there's 2 options that are free patterns and also videos that I would suggest. Either the Baker Street bag, which has a recessed zipper if you like your bags to have a zipper along the top, or the Easy Leather Hobo bag, which is a magnetic snap closure. So either of those I would recommend for a first bag. And you can also make the Easy Leather Hobo bag, the body of the bag for sure, with quilting cotton if you'd rather not work with a vinyl or cork or faux leather for your first one. Tanya says, when will you get more De La Luna in? So today I just got the email that they billed me for my, 3rd or 4th shipment of De La Luna. My parents get it shipped to their house because we don't have enough room to store it here. So my parents sort of serve as the clearinghouse, and then we take bolts as needed just so we don't have all the fabric at our house. But I'm pretty sure my parents will be getting that while we're on our shipping break. So I'll get that relisted as soon as we get back and cut and back up on the website.
You don't mind if I use my armrest, do you?
Sorry, I don't know. I didn't even realize
I was over here
that.
typing and she puts her arm all the way across my armrest. I'm like,
I think I was just getting excited about, I don't know what I was doing. Sorry. Christine says, Sarah, is there a certain size of hardware you use the most? So as far as my most used hardware is probably metal rectangles and metal sliders because I love adjustable straps, and that's 2 of the things that you can use to make an adjustable strap. It depends on if you want a thick strap or a thin one. So my preferred widths of hardware are 1 inch and 1.5 inch. I would say out of the 2, so here's the Lilium laptop bag that we recently shot the video for. This has a 1.5 inch wide strap, and as I was mentioning before, this is the slider and the rectangle that I was talking about. So this is a 1.5 inch wide strap. So I don't know if I could put that on my shoulder so you could see the width.
Sorry.
So here's the 1.5 inch wide strap, and this Tudor bag, which I have handy on the floor, this side strap is 1 inch wide. So for reference, let me just put them on both of my shoulders. So as you can see, here's the 1 inch wide strap, here's the 1.5 inch. So I guess it's just per your preference if you like a wider looking strap or not. Teresa says, just to show you how much of a staple you guys are, I just had to mention it was Tuesday and my husband put you on the big screen TV. That's hilarious. Actually, I saw comments. I don't know if it was someone in the Facebook group. She was saying yesterday she was looking for us for our live show because we usually have live shows on Sundays and Tuesdays. And her husband came in the room and he said, today's not the day. It's Sarah's show's on Tuesday or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing, but I believe that was what the comment was, and I thought that was funny. Karen says, for your new Minikins pack coming out, will there be projects that can be made with fat quarters? There are. So our next Minikin set, which will be brand new videos and patterns, actually 13 this time instead of 12. Some of the projects can be made with fat quarters, but I kind of went wild with these patterns this time. So maybe, I don't know. I'm going to guess maybe half can be made with fat quarters and half will just need a little bit more fabric. Vicky said, do you have tips on sewing the leather straps? Mine try to twist. I've seen in the past people using twill tape for straps, any kind of strap. And the twill tape, because it doesn't stretch, kind of stabilizes the strap. If you're using leather, it shouldn't be a bias issue. But if you're using quilted cotton, you could always cut along the selvage, so parallel to the selvage. And that can reduce, if you have enough fabric yardage parallel to the selvage, that will also help negate the twisting. But maybe try the twill tape, or you could slip a little thin scrap of interfacing right down the middle, not the whole entire piece, but maybe right down the middle. That might help with the twisting or stretching as well. Sonia says, how many patterns do you have for the Sizzix? I just got a Big Shot Plus for my birthday, and I would love to buy your patterns. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to you, Sonia. How many have I done? I think maybe 5. So I have a wallet for Sizzix, and it's a die that goes through sort of like a hand crank machine. So the die has blades in it, which are secured in foam. So when you run it through the rolling die cutting machine, it cuts fabric and interfacing. So basically you're cutting out all your pieces for the project. So there's a wallet, a train case, a dumpling pouch which has a zipper on it, coin purses, which are 2 different sizes. There's purse tabs in 2 different sizes and 2 different styles. So there's round purse tabs as well as stylized rectangular purse tabs. And there's also a box pouch. So I guess that's 6 Sizzix dies that I've designed so far. Lily says, is there something else to use in place of the craft foam in the Lilium laptop bag coming out? That's a good question, and I'm not aware. I'm sure people, especially in other countries that don't have access to the same products that we do here. I used 1/2-inch craft foam for the Lilium laptop bag. I'm sure there's other things that you can use instead, but I've had some people use thicker craft foam and then cut it in half. So for instance, 1-inch craft foam was all they could find, and they cut it in half with an electric turkey knife. So who knew that you could use an electric turkey knife for something besides cutting turkey? Diane says, when do those 13 come out, and will they have templates in the bundle? So those 13 Minikins, the new Minikins videos and patterns, will come out at the end of October. I don't have a date just yet, but we will be showing them in detail probably in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll be start to show a few at a time on the live shows, just so you can see all of the projects before it comes out. So there will be no surprises. We'll be sharing all the projects. We'll have a trailer video showing all the projects in detail, all in one place. And the patterns and videos will be available upon purchase. So you can make them just in time for Christmas or whatever you're making them for. We will have acrylic templates for, I can't promise for every single one because some of them have sort of bigger pattern pieces, but as many as seems reasonably possible, we'll have the acrylic templates for as well. Rachel Ann says, will the current Minikins still be available when the new ones come out? Yes, the first set will always be available. We're not discontinuing them or anything because they're still pretty cool patterns, I think. Yes?
What?
I know you're busy scrolling through the comments looking for questions.
Yes, I am. Everyone's talking about how to get it on their television. I'll make a quick comment. If you have a smart television, there's usually a YouTube app. You can also do it if you have a Fire TV or if you have a Chromecast device. You can use it from your phone to cast to your television. If you don't have a smart TV, adding I think it's about $35. It's a Google Chrome stick that you can plug into your HDMI, and that will let you. It's called a Chromecast actually, and you connect that to your phone, and from your phone you can cast it right to your big screen TV and watch it big.
I saw that Pat had a photo in the Facebook group recently that she posted a photo of her watching I think it was our Sunday show, and she's like,
I saw too.
Bronwyn too, on her 50-inch TV. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Someone else had it in their sewing room too on a large screen.
Oh, sewing room. Yeah, I could see where the TV would be really awesome.
Yep.
Especially on the wall. Like if you had a TV on the wall when you're sewing, then you have.
If only we had a TV on the wall in here.
Oh, we have a few. Well, one TV on the wall.
2 TVs. Well, we use Samsung televisions as computer monitors, and they work great for what we need them for.
Nancy says, what about using Bosal for an interfacing in the laptop bag? So it actually does have foam interfacing as well as the craft foam. I wonder if you could, I have not tried this, so I'm just saying it thoughtfully, but I wonder if you could just double up the foam in place of the craft foam, double or triple. The craft foam is a 1/2 inch wide, and depending on the brand of foam interfacing, it's usually between 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch wide. Pellon Flex Foam is definitely, out of all the foam interfacings, the widest that I've seen. Not that it's difficult to sew through because it's wider, because the foam compresses as you sew through it.
Remind me, Dad put the question up. They asked if the old minikins are still going to be available when the new ones come out.
You did put that up already.
Okay, someone asked again.
Oh, okay. Sarah, I had a lesson on my new Juki yesterday, and the teacher swooned over my bag, the Renegade bag. She's heard of you from other sewers, too. That was fun. Congratulations on your new Juki. That's so fun that you had a lesson. I think that's great when quilt shops or fabric shops offer lessons with the purchase of a sewing machine, because it makes you feel comfortable and happy to have the machine. So I hope you enjoy using it. And I love that the teacher was swooning over your Renegade bag. That's really cool.
Pretty cool.
Kelly May says, for the Cumberland backpack, where do you buy purse handbag zippers? Are sport zippers the same? So the difference between a handbag zipper and a sport zipper, a handbag zipper is known by the numbers either 4.5 or 5. That's like the number. It has the number sign next to it. Handbag zipper. Handbag zippers are 1 1/4 of an inch wide, zipper tape generally, and the pull is usually a larger pull. So a larger pull than a number 3 dress skirt zipper, which is, I don't have any handy, but anyway, the difference between a handbag zipper and a sport zipper is a sport zipper is commonly used for if you have any hoodies. Generally, the zipper on a hoodie in most cases has chunky plastic teeth, and that's a sport zipper. So the sport zippers also have the wider tape, but because they have the chunky plastic teeth, sometimes, especially if you're sewing a sport zipper around a curved edge, sometimes it's a little bit more trying to sew it in place, just because you have extra bulk because of those big plastic teeth. But we do sell handbag zippers in 30-inch lengths and 40-inch lengths on our website, and that's in the Notion section, and it's in alphabetical order, so the zippers will be on the very end of the Notion section. Aleli says, I was thinking of using wool in place of the craft foam. I have access to wool by the yard at local Joann's, and it is usually 1/4 inch thick, thinking I can double or triple it. You know, that is brilliant. I didn't even think of that, but now that you mention it, I do have a few pieces of wool that are 1/4 inch thick, and I'm thinking about it in my mind, and I could see doubling that up and it being quite sturdy in a laptop bag to help protect the computer. So that's a great idea. Thanks so much for mentioning that in the comments. Danielle says, ladies and gents, you can use 2 pieces of flex foam or Bosal in place of the craft foam. I'm not liking the craft foam, so I'm doubling my Bosal foam. That's a great idea, and I like that you're using the materials that you have access to, and I'm glad to hear that process works out as well, because I haven't personally tried that yet myself. Teresa says, Sarah, did you see that an old post of yours was featured in the Bernina We All Sew email? It was on interfacing.
I approved that post, and I saw it. I'm like, let me click on this link, because I wasn't sure what the deal with it was. Let me close this comment. And I'm like, Sarah, do you have a old article or something? So I look at it. It's from 2012. I'm like, that's like 5 years ago. Like, Sarah's like, no, it's 6 years ago. I'm like, yeah. So when I approved it right away, and I wrote the comment. I know from her old books, people mentioned, Sarah used different materials for interfacing, and such as she wasn't using flex foam or by Annie's.
Flex foam didn't exist in 2012, so
you didn't have those options. So when you look at those, take it with a grain of salt that wasn't the current options available at that time. So I wouldn't necessarily use that as a great tool personally.
Well, it's not wrong information. There's just other products that I use more, like the foam interfacing. And I believe in that article from 2012, I was using Pellon Thermolam, which is a needled fleece fusible. Peltex, which I still use, but I just thought it was funny that they were recycling like older content like that. I mean, it's perfectly fine, but Danny pointed it out to me. Kathy said, Sarah, your Juki always sounds so quiet on your videos. How often do you oil? Mine sounds so loud when I'm piecing. So I oil, when I first bought my machine in 2013, I used to oil it every day because I think somebody that I knew had the same machine, and she said that she oiled hers every day. So I oiled it every day. I think 3 years ago when I took it in for maintenance, the sewing machine technician said that I didn't have to oil it every day, and he said it looked like I oiled it too much, in fact. So I try to oil it maybe, I'm not sewing as much as I used to because we're working on a lot of things with videos and other things, but I try to oil at least twice a week. I think 3 times a week would be a good amount every other day for oiling. The technician did say, however, if you do have a serger, the serger should be oiled every single time you use it, because a serger has a lot more moving parts, and the oil really helps the regular oil on the serger, which I don't think I was hardly ever oiling my serger, so that was good to know that information. But a few times a week, and every sewing machine will be different recommendations as far as oiling. But for the Juki, I was told by my technician a few times, 2 to 3 times a week is good. Arlene said, I had to resort to the sports zipper on my satellite bag, had to take it apart, rethread it to meet in the middle, then had a heck of a time sewing it because of the chunky teeth. I'm sorry that happened to you. I did make a bunch of airplane bags in the past with the sports zippers. I thought they were good at the time, and I didn't know about handbag zippers, but handbag zippers really are quite easy, I think, to sew with.
For sure. That's it. We'll wrap it up.
All right. So I'm so sad that we'll be missing you on Sunday and Tuesday. Again, we won't have any live shows on August 19th or 21st, but we'll be back not this Sunday, the following Sunday with our regular schedule. Hopefully we will not. I don't think we'll be missing any shows for the rest of the year. I don't plan on it. Certainly. It makes
I think if we go on vacation, you might miss a show, but we'll see.
It makes me, well, this is our vacation. It makes me really sad to miss a show, period. But we'll really miss you, but we'll see you when we get back. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Hope you have a great week next week as well. Happy sewing, and we'll be seeing you soon.
See you guys soon.